Hello, I'm Angel Rojas with DataCorps Technology Solutions. Today is Thursday, November 4th, 2021, and this is your Threat Landscape Update. Hi, and thanks for joining me today on the Threat Landscape Update. I really appreciate you watching. I love your feedback. Thank you very much for sharing it. And let's jump right in. So, today we're going to bring in one of our 10 cybersecurity statistics to keep your business safe online and to keep you from getting a data breach. So, today's statistic is a kind of a twofer. We've got the top two spots for the most sought after data types. And the first slot is credentials. So usernames and passwords and pins, things like that, are still the most sought after data type. And then followed by number two, which is personal data. So credentials are more valuable than personal data because credentials unlock a wealth of other information. If you have personal data, most of it is publicly available anyway, and it can be used to unlock some things, but it's a little harder. If you get a password for an email account, for example, you can unlock other accounts with that, or you can do some other damage. So, this is why we stress using a password manager, having good password hygiene, which means not reusing the same password on multiple websites, using good, strong passwords that are long versus complex that you can't remember. Uh, or if you have that password manager, then you don't have to worry about remembering the passwords for your other sites. You just have to remember the password for the password manager. Of course, we want to stress using multi factor authentication as an extra buffer from any compromise to your password. And we definitely want to scan the dark web for stolen credentials. That can be an early warning system that something's going wrong. And when we do that, we're able to then identify a problem and get ahead of it before it becomes an issue. So, the action item on this for today is, are you and your team using a password manager? We have one that's at no extra cost to all of our managed services clients. So feel free to reach out. We would love to share that with you and get you going. And also, if you're not doing regular scans for the dark web, I would like to offer you a free scan, and we can talk about the cost for monitoring and ongoing scanning to make sure that you are taking into account any passwords that may be stolen on the dark web for your business. I am excited to share with you that we are going to be bringing on the new email protections tomorrow morning. We're going to give that another go, and we believe we've cleared out all the issues. We had a small subset of devices in our user base that prevented us from being able to load the protections, but we did identify the problem. We identified the devices, and we've addressed it. So if you run into any issues tomorrow, again, we don't anticipate any of the issues. We knew exactly where the issues were as soon as they came online, and we were able to take care of it. But please reach out to our team if you have any concerns. Number three that we want to discuss today, I've said this one before and I want to stress it again. Make sure you are saving your work regularly. When you save your work regularly, we're able to back it up. So sometimes computers crash when you walk away from them. If you haven't saved your work, our system hasn't had a chance to sweep behind you and back it up. So make sure you're saving your work regularly. Make sure you leave your computers running overnight so that we can patch them, back them up, and do maintenance on them. And if you don't do that, then in the morning when you start up the computer, if we're trying to catch up on a patch window, you may have a slowdown when you start up the system because the system's trying to catch up on patching and backups and any of those items that are normally done overnight. So again, save your work. We are transitioning. Okay, it used to be that we could hit patch windows and they weren't as critical and we could wait a few days to patch again, but the cyber world is changing so quickly that many times we have to patch often and without warning. So I want to be sure and protect your data. I know sometimes you may leave files open or Word open or an email open in Outlook while you're working on it, and I want to encourage you, save your work. In Outlook, you can save it as a draft. There's a little disk icon on the email that you can click on and it will save that message as a draft so it's preserved. And obviously in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other applications, you can save them if you use custom applications or applications like QuickBooks, Peachtree or other software like that that's a little more specialized. You want to close those programs out. Many of them don't finish their processes for saving until you close them out. So be sure to do that. And finally, are you and your team training? So my training personally, and here at DataCorps, our day of training is on Thursdays. So every Thursday morning, I get up to an email in my inbox with a short video. It's about 2, 3 minutes long and a small quiz. Today's video was about CEO fraud and business email compromise. CEO fraud is when somebody pretends to be the CEO of a company. And it's interesting because we've actually had that happen here. I've had several of my team members be emailed by somebody pretending to be me. They recognized it right away because it was an external email. But it does happen. It's very real. And you want your team members to, one, be aware of it, and two, know exactly what to do about it when it happens. So, the action item, let's talk about training. Let's talk about getting your team trained. It's actually a pretty fun system because it has a scoreboard. You can compare your company's results with other businesses that there are running scoreboards for all the companies that are using it. It's all anonymous, so everybody gets to choose a username that is not reflective of their real name, so they don't get their real name on the global scoreboard. But it can be a little bit of a fun way to, again, see how your business is progressing and make a game out of it. So let's talk about that. We've got that system available. It's really good. We use it here internally. We eat our own dog food, and I wouldn't recommend something to you that we wouldn't put ourselves under as well. So, again, thank you very much for watching. This was a brief one. I'm happy to be able to bring you brief ones. Thank you very much. You're a blessing to me and my family. We appreciate your business very much. Please share this with your team members and any colleagues that might find this information valuable. And if you have any feedback, if there's anything that we can do for you or do better, we would love to hear that from you. Please email me and I'll be glad to discuss that with you. Thanks and have a blessed weekend.